Hey, my legion. I'm with my buddy John. We're gonna review Nefarious. There's the Notorious.
Who?
Remember the song Notorious by Arcadia? It was like from I think Arcadia was a spin-off of Duran Duran, and they did the song Notorious.
Yeah.
A long time ago in the 80s.
Probably if I heard it.
Yeah, this is a brand new movie, 2023, about like this guy that's supposed to be like some psychiatrist goes to this prison, and it's gonna be this guy supposed to be says be electrocuted. Well, I think there was a stay of electrocution. Because he said that he was
remember at the beginning, his correctional psychiatrist committed suicides. So that's what caused a stay of execution. So now this other psychiatrist brought in to give an evaluation if this guy's crazy, as he seems to be, like he's trying to act like he's crazy, so he won't be executed, or if he really is sane enough to stand execution. And killer is played by Sean Patrick Flanery, who bought me breakfast before.
Yeah, he bought John breakfast. When he was at the Horror Fest.
And we had him over there for the Boondock Saints with Roman Reedus. And I forget, David Del Rocco.
Yeah, he met all these people. Yeah.
Can I tell it?
Oh, sorry.
He keeps stepping it on.
Okay, sorry.
So, that was my second year at the Horror Fest, and he had all these guys staying at a hotel on the dock. And you can walk if you really want to the Warner from there. I know, what's his name from Basket Case? He walked back and forth every day himself. Wasn't the main actor's name?
Can't remember the actor. I know. I remember Frank Henlon, the director.
Yeah, the main actor. I'm Facebook friends with him. I can't remember his name now.
I can't remember her name from
unfortunately, Bonnie passed away. It was the main actress. But anyways, so I was one of the people driving back and forth because I didn't really have much else to do for the fest. And the last I had to pick up was Flanery and his manager, whose name was John Boitano, whose cousin is a world-famous ice skater, Brian Boitano. I remember we used to run ABC Sports on the weekends, and he'd have some ice skating stuff, and he was one of the big stars. Anyways, so I go to the hotel, pick them up, and they're like, well, we're going to wait for Norman to get here. Norman was delayed because that was the first season, I believe, of The Walking Dead. And they're going to shoot, is it their first or second? They're going to shoot some more night scenes. So Reed was delayed in coming to the fest. They're like, well, we like to wait till Norman gets here before we go over. I'm like, okay. And Flash like, hey, you want breakfast? I'm like, sure. I said, let me go park my truck. So because I was just in like the 15-minute parking, obviously, just to grab these guys. So I went and parked, got my ticket, and went in. And at first he wasn't very talkative. And then, so it's mostly me and Boitano chatting. And then once he got some coffee in him, because, he was kind of tired, because I think he just might have came off a movie set the day before. I don't remember which movie. But then he got really chatty. That's when the iPhone was brand new with that Siri. And he's chatting about it. Siri was new for the iPhone. And he goes, hey, check this out. Fine, nearest prostitute. So it pulls up a map and finds the nearest prostitute. He was a blast.
That's cool.
I thought maybe his manager was trading me, but no, he actually paid for it. And he didn't know it was my birthday that day. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to hang out with Norman. But, he seemed like an all right dude. He did a great Elvis impersonation at the fest because when we were signing autographs, I was making my rounds, checking on people, and especially celebrities. And Norman's like, hey, do your Elvis. And he started singing some Elvis, and he sounded really good as Elvis.
Awesome.
But it's pretty good. This movie, it was okay. It seems like a low budget. Some people you read online, like especially some horror sites, just watch out because it's a religious thing and stuff. It's okay, whatever. It's an okay movie. But it seems more like a rip-off of Mr. Frost from 33 years ago. I've only seen that once.
I never saw Mr. Frost.
Where
somebody watched it.
as cops comes out to his estate to investigate a murder, and he happily admits that he killed a bunch of people and buried in his backyard. And it's like he won't talk first couple of years he's in prison, and he decides he'll talk to like a psychologist or something, and he's trying to convince her that he's the devil. And it's one of these things like, well, is he or isn't he? This one was just too much like it, except for like the ending stuff. The ending of this movie, Nefarious, is really boring, I thought.
Yeah, Glenn Beck.
Yeah, douche.
Interview with Glenn Beck.
Yeah.
What a horrible way to end it.
And then, like, better if you want to get into, like, this religious stuff and is it real or isn't it? And is Frailty. The only movie ever directed by, oh, God, I'm going to brain fart his name. The late actor.
Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton. Bill Paxton.
I almost said Baxter.
I thought you said Bill Paxton. Bill
well,
Paxton,
I did. I said I was I was like, it was coming out as Baxter and then Paxton. But, Frailty was a much better one. I mean, there's good religious horror movies that I would consider religious. I mean, this is like they're trying to really push religion. But, like, Exorcist was really good. That's a religious, I would consider. Religious horror. The Omen and Rosemary's Baby. Yeah. But Frailty, that's the one I want to mention because I don't know how many people have seen that. That's really good. Another low budget has Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
All
right.
Yeah, he plays, was he a sheriff or something? He's there talking with, God, I can't remember the guy's name. I'm brain farting people's name. He's talking with this FBI agent and telling him about how that his brother was this serial killer they're looking for. And it's kind of like a one-on-one conversation between these two guys in that movie. And he's talking about his history where his dad was killing all these people claiming that they're a demon and stuff. Really good movie. It's a shame that Bill didn't direct more before he passed away because I thought he did a brilliant job. And I mean, this movie's okay. Yeah. You know, if you watch it for free, we paid $5. I don't think it was worth the $5.
Yeah, no, I wasn't worth it. I mean, it's like pretty much just the two talking to each other.
Yeah, it could be a play. It would make it's great for a play because it's almost one location.
But I mean, the acting was really good, but then the guy started doing all these facial tics.
Flanery,
Yeah, Flanery started doing all these no need to. It took me right out of the movie.
Yeah.
It was overkill. It was just too much. It took me out of the movie and stuff. He was very convincing. And then whenever he was a jerk, and then whenever they started beating him up, I was like, oh, right. And then he started being real sad, and I felt bad for him. Right. But, I mean, the acting was very good. Yeah. But the facial tics were, I mean, it was just unnecessary. It's all right. I mean, it's
just never watched his movie Powder. Oh God!
I never saw Powder. I will not watch.
When I find out about the director,
I will not watch any more Victor Salva. I will not watch.
Watching Powder, you realize it was directed by.
Well, I mean, I didn't know. I remember watching Clown House again. I didn't know he was what he was, Victor Salva. I never watched. I won't review any more Jeepers Creepers 2 or 3. I mean, I was just kind of struck by him. Yeah. There's one person I'm a friend with on Facebook, a big horror fan. She won't watch any of his stuff. I remember seeing Clown House years ago, and then watching a little bit of. I think Rita played that on her thing, and I was like, oh God, this looks terrible. Now that I knew how the director was.
Right.
I remember the original Jeepers Creepers. I don't think that was like that. I don't think. Right. And the brother and sister, and they were grown. I don't know. But I won't watch any more Victor Salva stuff. I won't watch Powder at all.
Yeah, like I said,
some people like Powder, but yeah.
Yeah, but they might not realize the guy's a child molester.
Yeah, forget that.
Knowing he's a child rapist.
Yeah, forget that.
It takes on a whole different meaning.
Yeah, I won't watch
it. His wet dream.
Yeah, like Clown House. I mean, nope. No, I mean.
But anyways, back to our original. Feature.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't like talking about stuff like that. Yeah.
Watch it or don't. I'd only watch it for 3.
I mean, it's like.
I mean, I like Flanery, so I was willing to watch it, and it's gotten some good reviews.
I mean, but they were saying religious overtone.
Yeah, well, don't worry about that.
I don't worry about that.
I know, like some people are bitching because it's like, well, Flanery was just a mouthpiece for the real. Well, whatever. It was kind of interesting, but I might like Mr. Frost better or Jeff Goldblum.
Well, I never seen. I want to see Mr. Frost. I never seen it.
It's not. I don't think it was a great movie.
Well, I love Jeff Goldblum anyway. I mean, but I like.
Oh yeah. Well, see, me and our one buddy. He and I like there'd be certain actors like, okay, Jeff Goldblum. Let's see if we get our hands on every single Jeff Goldblum movie and watch it. We do the same thing with Rutger Hauer. We're grabbing all his movies and watching them. We get on these kicks like that.
Yeah, skip Omega Doom. That's just like that movie. All that movie was walking across the street. That was a sci-fi movie. Like he had to get on the other side of the street.
Which actor?
Rutger Hauer.
Okay.
I got like a double feature.
Jeff Goldblum
I got a double feature of Blind Fury, which was awesome. Omega Doom. All Omega Doom was like walking across the street. Going these two different. That's all that was. That was a waste of time.
Yeah, that was a dumbass movie. I've seen that one.
Well, mega stupid. That's what they could have called it. And then, but the banter between him and Sean was way better than that Glenn Beck stuff. Glenn Beck is just so boring.
But
I didn't think he was still around.
Really good banter back and forth.
Yeah.
Exorcist 3, and that's religious.
Oh, I'd like to see that again.
Between Brad Dourif and George C. Scott.
Well, I made.
Oh my God.
Well, I made. Yeah.
Dourif. I can see why he got the Academy Award for One Flew Over His Cuckoo's Nest.
Well,
and that kind of, it said, I guess that scared him.
Yeah.
Because he was a fairly new actor.
Yeah.
So he walked away from acting. And then he was just teaching for a long time. Then he got back into acting.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
just like, who am I to be getting this acting award? But his performance was so brilliant in that movie.
I'd have to watch that again.
The back and forth between him and George C. Scott was fantastic.
But I mean, the thing.
And then he kind of recreated the role for X-Files.
Yeah.
He played a similar type of character, and oh man, it's like he still has it. I mean, I forget how many years later that X-Files episode was. But I'm like, fuck. Well,
I regret my decision because I saw it on HBO like a year or two later. When I was at Fort Bragg playing the military theater, my friend, that was the most boringest movie. I said, don't bother watching. Okay, I won't watch it. I should have wanted to watch it. I loved it.
Fan?
He gave me so much shit for taking to see Robo-Jocks. Yeah. The only Stuart Gordon movie I've seen in the theater, only film from Empire, and Empire went out of business, went bankrupt, and these movies got bought up by things like Arena, New World. I mean, it wasn't Arena, it was Epic Productions. And then, Epic Productions and like New World Cinema, and because they bought Ghost Town, they bought Prison.
Right.
But I mean, I think Robo-Jocks was their most expensive movie from there, like $5 million. But then they said they spent $5 million on Dr. Mordred. I don't know how they spent $5 million on that. I don't know how they spent $5 million on that one. But I mean, that was their version of Doctor Strange with Jeffrey Combs. You definitely check that one out. I think you'll enjoy it. I mean, that's on Tubi too. I mean, that's one of the full moon movies where Paramount was giving them money. When Charles Brand left, because Charles Brand used to own Wizard Video and he used to own Media Home Entertainment
and Empire.
Right. Well, and then he was still owning that when he was doing Empire, and then Empire went out of business, and then I think he ended up selling off or closing up Wizard. And I know Media Home Entertainment. Media Home Entertainment wasn't around too much later, until 92, 93, and that was it. And then he pretty much focused on full moon movies with like Puppet Master stuff, associated with Paramount, and it was movies that look like they're shot in the theater for like a home video audience. Paramount helped fund a lot of stuff, and then they like 3 or 4 years later, they weren't associated with Paramount. Then he's just doing crowdfunding now. Some movies still look good on a limited budget, and sometimes he'll get lucky. Like he teamed up with Fangoria for Puppet Master Lilith Reich, which was really good. Udo Kier had a small part in that.
Nice.
But I mean, yeah. So I got off on a tangent again. We both did. I want to talk about how Sean Patrick Flanery bought John breakfast, and I'll say in our review of this and more movie stuff. talking about Charles Band and stuff. But no, he gave me shit. He said, that was a damn Transformers movie. I didn't think Robo Jocks was that bad. And then he did a sequel called Robot Wars, which was only like an hour and 3 minutes. But I mean, as far as like Nefarious goes, it's all right. It's pretty much about a two-person back and forth talk and stuff like that. I give it like a 6 out of 10. It's okay.
Yeah, I think that's the consensus on IMDb.
Yeah, 6 out of 10. Well, I mean, on that what's that, Metacritic or Metacritic, get a 51.
Well, that was movie critics. I didn't look at the audience scores.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes the movie critics, if you go to Rotten Tomatoes, the audience scores might be off the charts, and the critics might be down the dumps or something, whatever, for the movies, and some of it's opposite. Sometimes it's right on.
IMDb has usually been a good gauge for me.
Yeah.
If it's 5.7 or higher, I'm usually going to like it.
Yeah.
5.5 is, or even 5 or borderline. Anything below 5, not normally.
Yeah,
but like 5.7 or higher, definitely. I find I've enjoyed them.
I think Exorcist Shark got a 1.3 or something like that.
Nice.
I like Exorcist Shark.
Right.
I mean, there's some that are boring. So I guess that's it for me and my buddy John for this review. So until next time, please take care of my Legion. That was 16 and a half minutes.